Okay. Well, first of all, to my right is Jeffrey Armstrong, and to my left is Najee Harris. Um, yeah, this is never easy. In fact, it's really sometimes hard to um, find words, to adequately describe. Easy to describe the game, hard to describe when you've been eliminated and your season is over. And we've got a group of young men. These two young men are especially are really really special to me. I didn't put my words together good there because 6 years ago they were at Southern Miss when I came to Southern Miss, and they've been through some lows and some great highs, and of course our year didn't go the way that we would have wanted it to go, but I never. That guys continued to fight, and all the good things that you can say about guys, young men of high character. And these two guys, to me, will be young men that held a special place in my heart the rest of my time on earth. And so I'm very thankful for them. I'm very thankful for our other seniors that have played their last game. I wish they could all be here, and we could talk about them. Of course, this is not the time or the forum for that, but I truly feel the same way. But these two young men, because of our time together, and as far as tonight's game was concerned, it's hard to win a game against a team that's playing well, very good offensive team, and shoot 38%, and it makes it tough. And I just think we just didn't quite have it. I was so proud of our team last night. I thought that despite finishing the year with a lot of struggles and challenges in terms of win and loss, just a ton of close games. They battled back last night, and tonight we just didn't have that tightness and connectivity that we needed, and to beat a good team like Georgia Southern. So I certainly want to congratulate Georgia Southern. But overall, I'm very proud of our players, and I'm proud to be associated with them. So that's just kind of how I feel about it.
We'll open up now for questions. Go ahead, Paul.
Coach Paul Chestnut, Fox Sports, Pensacola Radio. How difficult is it? You played last night, played tonight. Hey, if you're one, boom, you've been back at it again. How difficult is it to just put everything together in less than 24 hours?
Yeah, that part of it is hard. Of course, we played Georgia Southern, roughly a month or so, maybe 5 weeks ago. And I think that we were prepared as we could be on short notice. But, that's certainly not an excuse. One of players that love to play basketball, I thought the fact that we were going to play back-to-back actually was going to kind of work for an advantage because, Georgia Southern, of course, they had a number of days, but they had to kind of prepare for two teams. They had to prepare for two teams. And I just think had we been the best version of ourselves tonight, and we just weren't quite that, but had we been able to be the best version of ourselves, we felt like we knew it was going to be a tough game, and we felt like it was going to go down to the wire. That's what we talked about at our practice this morning. Hey, it's going to be a war. It's going to go down. These are the things that we have to do. And we just didn't quite get it done. But it wasn't a lack of want to or a lack of effort. We just weren't quite sharp enough. And but I don't think the fact that we played last night. Most of these guys are used to playing, Paul. They're used to playing. You go back to high school, and you go play in a tournament, and you play Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. They play in the summers, and they play. Gosh dang, how many games in a day? I mean, so that's not really anything I think that we could say. I think just that tonight that the team that played the best won tonight.
Question in the back here.
Jeff Murkowski, WXXV, Gulfport, Mississippi. For the players, Coach spoke on what you guys mean to him, but what does he mean to you and overall to the University of Southern Miss? What does that mean as well?
Yeah, everything that Coach Ladner said, that's right back to him. I can speak for myself. I'm assuming Najee probably agrees, but I'm forever indebted to Coach Ladner and this university for everything they've given me. Like I said, 6 years ago I came in, and didn't really know what to expect from college, and it's everything that I expected and then more. Like, my college experience has been a blast. Having the opportunity to play for this man and this program has been a blast. Like you said, there's been a lot of ups and downs, but like I said, I'm forever indebted to him and the university for everything they've given me and the loyalty they've given me as well.
Pretty much the echo. Pretty much, like, came here at an early age, right out of high school. Atlanta was first coming in, didn't have a relationship, but over the years, we got a great relationship. You know, with me coming in young, like Jeff said, didn't know what to expect, but was on Atlanta, you know, took me under his wing, and I learned a lot from being here. You know, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I was able to progress year by year. You know, me and Atlanta both, me and Jeff as well, and just a bittersweet moment, and I'm thankful.
Forever blessed to be
Yeah.
a Southern Miss Golden Eagle for sure.
Yeah, I'm real proud of both of them. And Jeff, I would just add this, of course, Jeff, but how Denaje Harris could not be first team all league. I want to go publicly and say that. I mean, when you lead the league in rebounding, you lead the league in scoring. You're in the top 5 in the NCAA in rebounding. You're in one of the top jack and double doubles in the country, and not be made first team. You know, it's hard to understand. You know, but
I agree.
he's first team. He's first team for us. I can promise you that. And I'm real proud of him. And you talk about a young man that just came to work every day, and I know that gets thrown around a lot, but it was really amazing to see his progress from, he mentioned when he first came in, to where he is this year. And of course, he's now got a bright future in front of him. I keep hearing that this one's going into coaching, and I told him I can't use the exact word I said, but he's too smart. Figure out the other side of that. But he's too smart to go into coaching. I hope he goes does something else. But whatever he decides to do, he's going to be successful. So is him. They got the right stuff. They got the right character, and both of them will be successful in their endeavors.
Good, Paul.
Coach, just talk a little bit about the competition, about the conference itself, and going
Yeah.
into it, even though where you were seated, did you feel that it was wide open?
Yes.
It could happen?
Yes, I of course I don't players probably already knew that too, and I don't know if there's a league in the country as balanced, and I don't want to say this that taken away from any of the teams that finished on the top 4, right? But there's not a lot of difference, and I'll use another example. And of course, South Alabama had a great year. Richie is a great friend of mine, coach of the year in the league. And they lost twice to Louisiana Monroe in back-to-back games, right? And Monroe ended up 14th, and we know Monroe was a very competitive team. Of course, we split with them ourselves, and I think that was a great example. And if you kind of look all the way through the league, so we felt like that if we could just be a little tighter, if we could reduce turnovers, if we could tighten our defense up, if we could improve our execution just a little bit individually as a team, starting with me, that we had a chance to come down here and make a run. And because I think the parity of the league there's just wasn't a lot of difference, I don't think, between first and 14. And it does show you there's a very, very thin margin between winning and losing in our league, and a turnover, not executing on a baseline out of bounds defensive situation, but just all kind of things. And I know with us, like, you know, we lose with 0.2 seconds at App State. They have to review it. We lose in overtime at Texas State. And that was it. We lose by 1, up at Old Dominion, just over and over and over. So anyway, there's a lot. I don't know if there's another league in the country that is as even as the 1 through 14 teams of the Sun Belt. And it's going to be. I'm sick to my stomach that we're not involved in it, but it's going to be, I'm predicting, a very fun rest of the tournament.
And following up on that, we don't know what's going to happen Sunday with the 1-2 seed team or the championship team. Every year it's been Pensacola. I mean, it's been very competitive. One team gets in. What's
Well,
to get to the tournament?
I think, and this is my personal opinion, okay? I'm not speaking for my administration. I'm not speaking for other teams. I think eventually the league needs to do what the Mountain West did several years ago when they were a one bid league. And I think, and whether that's possible or not, I can't speak to that because, like I said, I'm only speaking from my experience and what I've seen happen and work in other places. I think that the league is going to have to set some standards for the way that the teams operate. You know, for instance, in the Mountain West several years ago, they had a couple of teams that were playing for guarantee games. They said, "All right, we can't do that anymore. You're going to have to start buying, where teams could get more home games." So we got to figure out a way to get in the non-conference, get more home games. It's very difficult to go to like there's an encouragement from the league. Yeah, we got to go get some quad one wins, but it's hard to go to Ole Miss and Mississippi State and win, in those type of games. It's hard for South Alabama to go to Tuscaloosa and win. So we've got to try. I think that's one thing that has to be done is that there be some standards across the league for everybody that everybody kind of follows. And I'm not criticizing, and I'm just answering your question. I think that's the way that you can get. So when the Mountain West did that and the two schools that, began to adjust to the new standards, they've of course gone now to, that's one of the best basketball leagues right in the country. And they used to be, it wasn't very long ago, they were a one bid league. So that's one thing I think that can be done. And I'm very, we've got great leadership in our league. Keith Gill's awesome. We've got, I've gotten to almost know all of the athletic directors at the schools, but what it comes down to, right? It comes down to finances and to be able to find those and to make it work. So it's not an easy answer, and I know that as well. And that's why I said I'm not being critical. But I think those are the type things that have to be done to get a second bid.